it looks like we are live. Let me just double check. Get everything in order. Yep, we are live. All right. Oops, that's the wrong window. What am I doing? All right. We are back at 0. Big old goose egg. Big old goose egg. What happened last time? I don't remember. It was a while ago. Why was it a while ago? Because I was off in Central Asia. Christopher likes saying hello. Hope your trip was a blast and a half, you, and it was certainly a blast and a half. Dare I say a blast and 3/4. Prepare for takeoff saying, hey there, it was cool seeing your Uzbekistan travels on your Instagram. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sammy Marco saying hi. Hello, Sammy Marco. Good to see you all in the chat. Definitely an interesting experience that I look forward to sharing in the videos sooner rather than later. But realistically, that might be a bit hopeful. So, with that, we get started back at the big old goose egg. We have some language here that is in Greek. I hadn't finished reading it all when I started that sentence. Wait a minute. This is kind of weird. Okay, this word is not, like this I is not Greek, right? But this is Greek. Palmos sounds Greek. I'm ignoring random English. Random English just happens. Right? Yeah, that's Greek. Again, random English, it happens. That was one thing about the past week and a half in Central Asia, is we learned that there's just random English places. That is soft power of the US and to some degree the former British Empire. Just English everywhere. And it's like, why is this? It was at a Wendy's in Tashkent. It was a food court in a mall in Tashkent. And every chain was American. And the signs for like order here and, you know, takeaway here were all in English. And it's like, how do you, as a local, understand where to get your order? And we're like, English wasn't exactly widely spoken there. So it was an interesting thing. So just random English just happens. But are we good for Greece here? W. Dixon, wow, we're so back. We are indeed so back. It's exciting. We are back for this week, or today, and then we have another stream in just a few days, this Sunday. Then another one, and then a canceled one? Is that one canceled? Or is it moved? I think that one's canceled, and then a moved one. Because I'll be in the Philippines. And then repeat. 2, and then a cancel, and then a move. Because UK. But let's do Greece. We're at 0. We can just do that. Prepare for takeoff asking, did you try the traditional Uzbek bread? I've seen it on social media a lot before. I did have a good amount of bread in Uzbekistan. I don't know what the traditional Uzbek bread is, though. Would have been good to ask, I guess. I did try horse. I would not recommend it if you have Western taste buds. If you're not accustomed to eating horse, probably tastes great if you're from that region. That was in Kazakhstan. They do eat it in Kyrgyzstan too. They said this is Ireland. Anyone object to that? But yeah, it did not align well with my taste buds or my friends' taste buds. It was yeah. Christopher likes saying horse. Yikes. Yeah. Yikes. Okay, we know this is Ireland. It was the very first morning. It was like we get to Almaty at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. in bed by 5 a.m. Wake up at 8 a.m. Go get breakfast. Horse sausage. I think, okay, I have to try that. It's pretty good. That evening comes around. We're on this stunning outlook on a mountainside in Almaty. First day in Kazakhstan, we're beside ourselves. I don't explicitly order horse. Neither of us explicitly ordered horse. it was just Kazakh style something. So we were like, sure. Comes out, we taste it. We're like, oh, this is not a meat we know the taste of. And then it hits, this is probably horse. And it was so bad. Again, just to Western taste buds at least, it's like trying whiskey for the first time. It's like, here, have this whiskey. And you've never even had alcohol before, and you're just given like a leather boot. Not even a leather boot, like a sour leather boot in liquid form to drink. And you're like, this is disgusting. Why does anyone eat that? Why does anyone drink that? It's kind of the same thing. It's like, we're not used to it, so it tasted nauseating. Paper. I know we've seen it written like that in so many languages. Sammy Marco saying, so you had horse in the morning, it was fine though? Yes, but it was sausage form. It was very much like just redone. It didn't really taste the same. Like, we both got horse for that meal in the evening, and neither of us, I finished mine because I didn't want to be rude, but my friend could hardly get through his. And both of them were just nauseating. He thought mine was worse, and I thought his was worse. I could hardly get through like a bite of his. Where could we be? So, definitely Central Eastern Europe. This is going to be Czech Republic or Czechia or Slovakia. Semi Marcos adds in the middle of your sentence is diabolical. YouTube, dude, that's crazy. I wish it would. I think there's a way that I can choose when ads play, but I don't know. Yeah, YouTube's diabolical. It's given me, I always have the stream open in another window just to be sure that it's running correctly, and it's showing this side ad that keeps changing, and it's messing up my vision because it looks like something's happening, but it's just an ad. I guess that might be making me like a cent and a half by having that open, but no. The little changing ad, after like 30,000 of them, it will finance a new microphone. Okay, great. Finance a new microphone. I think that's the next investment, is get like a snazzy, high quality microphone. Because I feel like, I don't know, I could invest in the quality of the stream. Where is anything? We came this way, didn't we? Malta, facade. It's definitely Czech or Slovak. I just don't know which one. W Dick saying I'm kind of getting Swiss vibes, but I don't know. The language isn't German though. That's the problem. Yeah, Christopher Lexon, I have YouTube Premium, so how is that for you, by the way? Is that worth it in your opinion? It's mostly the ad dodging, right? Oh, also, I tried out an eSIM for the first time. Total game changer. T-Mobile forever has, I'm used to not being in the US and just not having service. Period. You know, it just doesn't work. Okay, I was confused about Semi Marco's comment, and then I realized. But yeah, it was just stunning. I could be in the middle. I was in the mountains in Kyrgyzstan, and I could send messages and like look at the map and open up Reddit. I was like, this is just a whole different world. This is amazing. But WDig asking what was the cash credit situation over there. It was pretty much, you could use Apple Pay pretty much anywhere except for like the bathrooms that you have to pay to use. So it was pretty it's pretty convenient. There's no real issues with that. There might have been like, I think there was like one street vendor that didn't take card. Everyone takes card. It's pretty nice. Bavaski Park. What language is this? Sammy Marcus saying German only. This is French and Italian erasure. I forget about those parts. That is not intentional erasure. It is accidental erasure, which is different because it's innocent. Stolnik, I'm still 100% sold on it being Czech Republic or Slovakia, but I don't know the difference in those languages. Okay. Christopher like saying 100% worth it, no ads, enhanced music. How much is it a month? I feel like I could be wooed in high quality video. Sammy Marcos saying finding when Central Asia is better than Germany for cards. Does Germany not take cards? Like with frequency? W. Dick saying justice for Vermont. I forgot. Alright, my head is it was 20 something hours of travel. I have been home for like 20 hours. I've been in the United States for 20 hours. I am exhausted. I am allowed to forget that there are other parts of Switzerland. .sl, Slovakia. Any objections there? What's Slovenia is SV, isn't it? Or is that... No. Slovakia is SK, SL is Slovenia. Yep. W. Dick saying it. Yep. Okay. Good. We're all fine. Christopher likes saying Slovakia. I'll give it a second. Christopher, like, are you about to have the same realization that I did? Also, I just rubbed my eyes and now everything's really blurry. Blech. But we're good, right? Yeah. Okay, Christopher likes saying Slovenia. Let's do it. Awesome. Glad we had that level of tension at country 3. But this will be Peru or Bolivia. Oh, and it was wild yesterday. So I don't know why I was looking at the language. We know what language this is going to be. Does that say Puno, Peru? Is this Puno? Hold up. Is it that simple? Looks like it could be. So that puts us here. That's a Peruvian jersey. That's me. The words that I think say Peru and then a Peruvian jersey means it's Peru. Any objection to that? Exactly, W. Dig. Soccer meta always clears. And it's not like... Yeah, if you see someone in a Real Madrid jersey, they could be literally anywhere. But, I mean, the kid's in a Peru shirt. The only other place this could be is Bolivia. The kid's not going to wear a Peru shirt in Bolivia. This has got to be Peru. Also, Trujillo is a city over here. I mentioned it before. It's the... Trujillo was the name, I think, of the for the first Spanish conquistadors to land in Peru. I think they were led by Trujillo. And that's why the town has the name. But let's do Peru. Yep. Okay, near Puno. This is just Japan. Love it. Easy. Easy dub. Any objections to Japan? God. Yeah, it just is Japan. Right? Yeah. Let's do it. Love it. Random forest. Love that. We absolutely love random forest. But I'll get back to, I guess, oh wait, that's a finish sign. Yeah, this is Finland. Anyone object to Finland? Nice and easy. Just when you think it's going to be a really long round, you see a finish sign. Wraps it all up right there. It's that easy sometimes. So let's go ahead and do it. Yep, Christopher Lex and Finland Send. Love it. That's one of those ones where if you don't know GeoGuessr, that looked really impressive. Toma lo bueno. This is Guatemala. Right? I don't know where. I'm pretty confident on Guatemala. That's a North American plate. Nothing helpful there. Yeah. University San Carlos, Guatemala. Probably Guatemala. Anyone object to that? Got some good ones. Some good rounds. Some easy rounds. We're definitely going to get a crazy one soon. Yep. It's too easy. It's been too easy. Just coasting. This is maybe... No, never mind. I'm going to pretend I didn't start the sentence. Oh, cool. This is Romania. Nope. That says .cz. I did not say the sentence before that. So yeah, WDig saying this feels Czech. I can get behind that. What I meant when I started saying this feels Romania feels like somewhere near Romania, kind of like a country or two away. Or 3. Close enough. Random forest. Oh, awesome. I love dirt roads. In the middle of nowhere. In Europe. No, that's a lamppost. Amazing. So I can't get an immediate region vibe, though I would. This feels like a Polish house. I can't back that up with anything. Wait. What's that flag? WDig saying Sweden. I think you might be right. I think that's that tiny version of the flag that they fly in the Scandinavian countries. I wouldn't be opposed to going Sweden here. Can we get closer to that flag? Menuet saying hello all. Hello Menuet. Good to see you in the chat. I think that could be the Swedish flag. It matches with the buildings. It's a bit of a Baltic vibe. Not that Sweden is Baltic, but you know, neighborhood. Yeah, W. Dixon, love those ribbon flags. They're always so hard to see because they're not a giant, 3x5 waving banner. They're borderline a piece of string. And it's finding them such a nightmare. And it's always one of you that finds them. It's never me who catches the small thing like that. Exactly. Piece of string with one accent color. Perfect. Perfect way to put it. It's so frustrating. And it's funny because there's a very different culture around flags over there, rather than compared to what we're used to in, say, North America. So Kini, that almost sounds more Estonian, but I could see it being Swedish. I'm not... Kini doesn't immediately jump out to me as being Swedish. Voru, yeah, that's... Hold up. That's an Estonian O. Torva is in Estonia. Yep. WDig is in agreement, so let's do Estonia. Love it. Okay. We've got some bins that probably aren't going to help yet. They're gone. Amazing. Train. Oh, I did get to witness the sort of Soviet above-ground pipes for the first time last week and was very excited. Also, just being on took a bus from Almaty to Bishkek and going through rural Kazakhstan and seeing the highway signs in Russian was such a funny thing to me because I thought to myself, I was like, I feel like I'm in GeoGuessr, which is totally not the thought you should have when you're in real life. Like, living real life, you shouldn't be like, wow, this is like that video game based off real life. That's crazy. It feels like a sad breakdown of humanity, but a sad breakdown of the human experience. But that is it's where my brain went. I was like, wow, this is like GeoGuessr. There's another meta I saw. The Kurg plates. Kurg plates were exciting. They have changed their plates. There we go. Yeah, Latvia, just as W. Diggs saying. Any objections to that? They have changed their plates, which was disappointing. Now it's kind of similar to how Ukraine and Kazakhstan have their plates, where it's the flag, like small, and then it has a couple letters to signify it, like KGY or something like that. Yeah, so sad. It'll be really sad when they update the Kurg coverage. Oh, okay. Buckle in. Christopher likes saying when you see things from the internet in a foreign country, you have to do a double take. I had that feeling in Colombia and Australia. What was it? So the trail goes that way, but I feel like we'll get more evidence if we go to the start of the trail. And then we can just go back to the start and... Oh, okay. I'm already lost. Parpawan. So Latin script. Okay, so to go down, we go the opposite way of the guy. Right? We need the guy to be walking the other way. This is hard. Tepa. No, exactly. WDig. The outdated Kirky plates are really sad. I was so looking forward to it. I was even thinking about it on the bus to Kyrgyzstan. I was like, I'm so excited to see these plates. And then we got there, and they changed them, and I was just devastated. Where is the dude? We're just gonna wander around. Lost. Oh. Alright. I'm just gonna click. Get us somewhere. Back to the arrow. Now we're going up. Alright, let's just... As long as we get somewhere, I don't even care. But Christopher likes to drive it on the left side, then the Colombian plates. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I forget about the driving on the left side thing. Colombian plates have got to be cool. That's on my list of stuff I really wanted to see. That's like going to Quebec a few months ago was so exciting, seeing the arrêt stop signs. It was such a funny thing to me, like, because I recognized in a moment, I was like, I'm losing my mind over this stop sign being in a different language, because this is what it's like on GeoGuessr. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, but I was still just so happy to see it. Okay. Oh, Chile. That's easy. Any objections to that? Yeah, and also the Colombian taxis. Those are cool. Cat's joining in, saying hi all, and welcome back, Ewan. Welcome in, Cats. Good to see you in. Let's do it. Yep, Menuet saying no objection. Love it. WDig saying also congrats on your bracket win. Gators pulled through. Love it. I meant to check that. I got the news notification that the Gators won, and I know we both put the Gators to win it. So I wasn't sure which one of us pulled off the dub, but I guess that means it was me. But looking at the yurts, this is probably Mongolia. Yeah, Mongolian tarp. TGG Drizzy asking, can we play? I have no idea how to do that, so sorry. And yeah, WDig saying Mong for sure. Let's do it. Menuet saying Mongolia. Yep, love it. This is Bangladesh. Come on. Oh, great coverage. I can't do the little... I have to click on the actual arrow. I love when this happens. Come on. Just driving through Bangladesh. Give me something to confirm that. Got a little cricket pitch. That's cool. Minarets. Come on, let's keep moving. I could be skipping past good evidence, but I want to get past the cricket pitch. So I feel like we'll get more evidence at that point. Okay, Sammy Marco saying Indian bus lanes. Interesting, I didn't know that was a thing. Is that Japanese on that truck? It's odd. Let's keep on moving a bit. Oh, it's really weird to control this without the little moving thing. This is crazy. Would love to see this in person. Look at these walls. What a wild sight. Let's keep on moving up. Yeah, exactly. Sammy Marco smog. The smog goes crazy here. Let's get a look at this script here. Is that Arabic? Menuet saying Lady in Green wearing a sari, not a hijab. Okay. Helpful. W Dick saying that's Arabic, right? Yeah, Cat saying Pakistan. This is an odd one. W Dick saying, yeah, I'm thinking Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't really have official coverage, though, does it? No, we've been here before. I feel like we've been at this exact intersection. Yep. Yep, we've been here. We've been in this exact spot. And it was genuinely week 1 or 2 of the stream. It was over a year ago. I'm checking this later. No, I'm not. I'm going right to sleep after this. If I remember, I'm checking this tomorrow. Because this 100% we've been here. 100%. We've been right here. I feel like I'm going... Okay, yes, Jessica. Okay, thank you. Christopher, remembers it. Yeah. Am I... Was it just similar? Was it exactly this? Because I remember seeing the Pakistani flag in that car. I remember seeing it in that car's window. And there was also a really nice building. There was the really nice mosque. Right? I remember you could kind of see it from the road. Yeah. 100%. Alright. So this is Pakistan. Okay, you're saying you remember the road sign? I don't remember the road sign. I just remember driving down that street. That's a wild one. I guess, yes, there's limited coverage in Pakistan, but at the same time, it wasn't even the same spot. We had to drive a bit down the road to get to that spot again. That was we didn't spawn as far back before as we did just now. We had to get to where we previously spawned. That is crazy. Also, slightly impressed that I remembered that. And here we go. Fun road. In the forest. My favorite. Is there a sign? Yes, but I can't read it. Yeah, can't read that. Alright. We keep moving. It was interesting on the flight back yesterday. Yesterday. What I perceive to have been yesterday. Realistically, it spans a day and a half. But, so we wake up at 5 a.m. in Tashkent. Fly from Uzbekistan to Turkey. But the flight leaving Uzbekistan was an hour delayed. So we miss our connection in Istanbul. Get put on a later flight to New York. Which was honestly more convenient because it was nice having that time in between. I got a coffee, we exchanged our money, we ate food for free. Turkish Airlines covered my Subway sandwich. But then get on the Istanbul New York flight and we're the window and aisle seat. And it's, when it starts when boarding starts to thin out and there's still no one next to you on a flight and you start to get excited and you're like, oh, no way. I'm about to have this whole road. This is amazing. We are elated. We're about to have the road to ourselves. We're going to spread out. It's going to be a great time. And then this dude comes on, puts his bag on the end seat, and we're like, man, that sucks. This woman comes by. Here we go. Yugoslavia, right? But where specifically? Yeah, W-Dig saying something in the Balkans. Yep, Cat saying yes, Yugo. W-Dig saying Yugoslav Red Star. This Lubla, it's kind of like Ljubljana. Which makes me think Slovakia, but that's not enough. So right now Slovakia is ahead in my mind, and the landscape matches. So that's good. But this guy, he starts doing, so this woman comes up, she's like, oh, well, this stuff is in my seat. And we're like, we don't know where the guy went. Guy's like doing laps of the plane. The woman eventually finds another seat to sit in. The guy comes back. He starts playing dice, just kind of like on the seat tray. You know what I'm talking about. He just starts like loudly and like with a lot of animation starts playing dice, and we're kind of looking at each other like, what is this guy doing? And eventually he's just so animated in what he's doing and so loud and just so weird that we're like, okay, this guy's on drugs. And then I watch him open an Altoids container. There's about 30 things in there. None of them are Altoids. Eats one of them. And we're like, uh-oh. This guy spent all 11 hours just like running around doing weird stuff on the plane. And it was just so weird. It was like so many passengers I spoke to felt uncomfortable sleeping with this guy running around just being wacky. It was so weird. And then we were talking to this woman in customs when we got back to the US. She was a flight attendant for Delta, and she was just a passenger on our flight, and she was like, yeah, that wouldn't have flown with Delta. We would have gotten diverted. Kozliak. I feel I'm very leaning Slovenia here. Oh yeah, duh. Okay, this is the Slovenian. That little symbol there. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing. Yep, Cat saying yep, Slovenia. Sammy Marco saying the attendant should have duct taped him. That would have been enjoyable to watch. That would have been really funny. Yeah, well, there was a... Alright, let's do it. Yep. There's another passenger who got on at him for like opening an overhead bin and just kind of leaving it. Everyone was just not having it. This is South Africa. N18 Mayfikang. So where is the N18? Yeah, Cat saying South Africa. That's a major city there. I don't know it, but I will take your word for it. Where's the road? Where? Alright. Let's just roll with it. Anyone object to that? South Africa? Yeah, Sammy Marcus and people are weird on daytime intercontinental flights. Yeah, apparently so. I could understand it more if he had taken like a Xanax, like a downer, and just passed out. I don't know what kind of life bro lives, but uppers on an 11-hour flight is bold. Cat saying maybe look for more clues. totally down to be sure. Because I don't see N roads. I'm seeing R roads. It's different. It's the same like style. And I'm pretty sure they have N roads in South Africa. But I don't see any. So I'm concerned. So yeah, let's look. Yeah, Cat's saying 11 hours is long. Sammy Marco saying 11 hours is insane. Iceland was like 5, and that felt like a slog. No, that's the thing. Like we did 5-hour. Tashkent to Istanbul was 5 hours, and that, because it's not even half of the next flight we were gonna have to do. That was like, oh, haha, that's nothing, and it went by in a flash. It's, yeah. Sammy Marco saying, I don't know how people sleep on planes. I feel like you just have to bring yourself to a point of exhaustion that you just die. You just pass out. There's just nothing left you can do. Cat saying, though, I will have 14 hours from Dubai to Toronto later. Yikes. Is that when you return from your Central Asia? Or I thought you were also going through Istanbul for that one. Yeah, the sleeping is just, yeah, stray animals. So English, left-hand drive. Okay, Istanbul layover going there, then Dubai layover going back. Okay, that's cool. Do you have time in Dubai like you do in Istanbul, or is it just in and out? WT's saying, as long as I have a window seat, I'm knocked out. It's nice having the ability to kind of lean up on the wall and just kind of knock out. I have found that I can sleep in all 3 seats now. I've done it recently in all 3, and I'm very proud of myself for it. Because I used to hate leaning my seat back because I felt bad for people behind me. But then there was a point where it's just like, no, the feature exists for a reason. I'm going to use it. I'm going to lean back. I don't do it on like a 2-hour flight, but 11 hours, yeah, I'm leaning. Like, I'm sorry. But, okay, cool, yeah. 2 nights in Dubai. I'm trying to think what there is to do in Dubai. You go to the mall, Burj Khalifa. I feel like there's only like an afternoon of sightseeing in Dubai. I'm happy to be proven wrong on that if someone else has spent a good amount of time there. But that's just what it... 083. Yeah, South Africa National Roads Agency. I'm pretty sure that... Are we good there? South Africa National Roads Agency? Oh yeah, WDick saying middle is such a feat. Just lean it back, clock out, let exhaustion do the rest. Cat saying send South Africa. Let's do it. Boom. Awesome, Forest. Yeah, Cat saying for a longer flight, I prefer aisle seat now. I can sleep on the aisle if I'm really tired. Huh. Interesting. See, I prefer the aisle because I like the ability to go to the bathroom without bothering anybody. I feel like I've said this 1,000 times on the channel, actually. But it's honestly, you just gotta push yourself to such a level of exhaustion. You'd be on the floor. Put me, like, stand me up at the back of the plane where the cabin crew sits. Like, I fall asleep anywhere at that point. Kat said my friend told me to do sandboarding. That's sick. That would be cool. I totally forgot they have that there. Are you gonna do it? I think you do the camel ride, the sandboarding. But Yeah, Sammy Marco saying, I don't think I've been to this level of tiredness, but I was dead after Iceland. Yeah, it takes the... Are we just going back the same exact way? Yes. Awesome. That's amazing. Let's just bring this to the start and go this way instead. Joel Freak saying I like the flatbed seats with the massage seats. I haven't seen massage seats on a plane. That's pretty wild, but I'm pretty sure you also fly for work, Joel Freak, so I'm sure you've seen a lot of nice business class cabins. Did get I accidentally booked business class on Uzbekistan Railways the other day, and they had the lie-back massage chairs, which were pretty cool. And Sammy Marco saying, coming from Iceland, it was cool to see Boston. Yeah, no NYC because of stupid clouds and Philly from the sky. It is fun flying through the Northeast Corridor and sticking your head out the window. Well, not out the window, but like up at the window. And just point out the little towns, like, oh, that's that place, that's that place, that's that. I love doing it. It's like Google Maps, but IRL. Also, I think we've seen all the coverage for this, and we're going to have to make a decision based on this, which is going to be a nightmare. Sammy Marcos saying, a friend met me at BWI, and it was so funny seeing him, because I've barely spoken to anyone on the trip. That's nice. You get to use your words again. It's always fun getting back home and getting to use your words or hear your own dialect. You know, it's reassuring. It's like the breath of fresh air, like familiarity. Christopher, like, yeah, this is similar to the forest we got in Colombia previously. Cat's also saying maybe Colombia. Cat's also saying I can only do economy as I'm poor. And Joel Freak saying I just flew JFK, LAX, Sydney, Auckland, MPE, is that Tokyo? Auckland, JFK, all in 6 days. Dude, how are you, like, alive? How do you not just, like, explode? I would explode if I were you. Not out of rage or anything. Like, I would just evaporate. Just be no more. Like at the end of Harry Potter, when Voldemort just kind of like, I'd get off. Let me see, where on that the second trip to Auckland, that's where I'd be like, done. Yeah, exactly. As W. Dick saying, the stamina is wild. Yeah, that's Christopher Lexon. I remember nailing that. That was a good one. That was a really cool one. That was maybe top 10 most hyped up I've been after we've got a close one correct. I think Namibia is also up there. When there was like one road sign that said like Strasse. Everything else was in English. We're like, yeah, YOLO. I mean, I'm happy to do Colombia if people are thinking that. Yeah, that's with Joel Freak saying I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm very good at just sitting in a seat, sleeping, and watching random YouTube videos. Love that for you. That is a skill. I don't have the attention span for it. Just sitting there. Joel Freak saying hint hint. Yes, I know. Edit the videos. I am tired. I am exhausted. Life has been moving at 1,000 miles per hour. But I got wall art for this like psychotically blank wall behind me today, so that should be here. Not next stream because the next stream's in a few days, but the stream after that, There'll be some nice art right there. It's like I actually live here. And Christopher likes saying, if I recall, we were talking about the trees were in one of two places. Well, unfortunately, our tree expert is not here. Or at least we have not seen anything from our tree expert. So, we are left with this. If someone wants to screenshot this, put it in the Discord and at our tree expert, maybe we'll get some help. Oh boy. James Finley is saying it's Honduras. Interesting. What makes you say that? And Joel Freak saying, go to Flushing, bring a laptop, get a nice massage with 2-hour foot rub, and finish the videos while you get worked on. 2-hour foot rub sounds very nice. But yeah, it's my plan was to lock in this coming weekend, but I think this coming weekend is going to be more of a spring cleaning weekend. So hopefully next week. It's still trying to get I'm still trying to figure out a routine. I was really good about editing for like a week, and then 1,000 things happened, and yeah. Christopher Lexon, these were high up in the Amazon too. Cat Sing Central America also checks out. It feels similar to the jungle we've been in El Salvador. So my thing is with Honduras is that Honduras doesn't have official coverage, and this is official coverage somehow. But Joel Freak saying, just a question, have you done Flushing yet? Some of the best food in the world. Been to Flushing for an NYCFC game. Other than that, no. James Finley saying Costa Rica. Same problem though, is I don't think their official coverage is out yet. I like Colombia, yeah. Panama could be Panama. We're not gonna get much else, so we gotta roll with this. There's no looking for more clues. We have what we have. So we'll do a poll. What places do people want to put in the poll? So we've seen 2 people say Colombia, James Finley saying Panama. Where else could this be that we would want to vote on? Simi Marco asking, is this official coverage? It is, actually, which is crazy. You got the little 2025 Google there. Yep, Joel Freak saying this is most definitely Iceland. Tiger King saying Russia. James Finley saying that bush leaf is called Anica maticula, and it's specific to Central America only, not South America. It stops at the Panama Canal. Okay, that is big. That is big evidence. I could be down to go for Panama here. Sammy Marcos saying Svalbard. Yep, 100%. So let's do a poll. Panama, Colombia. Start poll. I feel like it's weird. Like Panama to me has just become a soccer team. Panama's not a country. I only think of the soccer team when I see it written. I feel like that's on par with being excited about getting to see Kurg plates. But Joel Freak saying you've not had good Asian food until you've had real Asians cooking it with high quality US ingredients. Actually, that sounds amazing. Now that you say that, sounds stunning. I need to make it out there. We tried having Thai food a week or 2 ago, and then the place was packed. It was like an hour wait. So we went to this horrifically overpriced Italian restaurant. So, seeing 60% of the votes are for Panama. As W. Dig is saying, the soccer team we cannot beat. For some reason, the country this size continues to outclass the country that I can't cover in the same viewfinder. So, I think we're going Panama. Crazy. Cocos Island National Park, Costa Rica. Wow. Have we gotten official coverage in Costa Rica yet? Yeah. Cat saying Costa Rica. W. Dick saying boo. James Finley, you did in fact tell us. Okay, Cat saying we have gotten Costa Rica. Darn. We got some rifts here. Feeling Albania. Joel Freak saying you need to know how to use the various reservation apps to bypass lines. Come on, be a real New Yorker. Yeah, I know. It's the thing is, I'm just not a foodie. I make my grilled chicken each week, and I survive off that. You know what dinner was today? Trail mix. Genuinely, this was dinner. I had a big lunch. I had a Chipotle bowl for lunch, and some oatmeal for breakfast. That is a gourmet day. Or no, that is a normal day. But yeah, it's usually just a mix of like picking at chicken and trail mix. That's how bland and kind of sad my palate is. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Ewan being a true single male bachelor, and I love it. Thank you, Sammy Marco. I appreciate the support. I always get hate for my my kind of lazy eating habits. Okay, so James Finley saying this is Italy. That's a classic Italian roof. I can see this being Italy. Absolutely. Landscape checks out. Joel Freak saying you don't need to be a foodie. You just need to know how to places and bypass lines. You don't need to get 50 courses and flour on your way out. Yeah, but it's like it's just like I could go get food, or I could end poll. I could go get food, or I could eat the trail mix that's already on my desk. It's kind of like See, it's for someone who wants me to be spending time editing. Going out to eat food is less time than I can spend at my desk editing. You know what I can do while I edit? Trail mix. Smarter, not harder. And Joel Freak saying also we're supposed to be boycotting Target. Oh, yep. Yep, these are Target trail mix. I forgot. I was like, how did you know they're from Target? And then the branding. Yeah, see, Kat saying, don't worry, I'm still lazy with my food, see? I think it's perfectly acceptable. If anything, this is the smart way to eat. Yep, Italian-looking house. And Joel Freaks in, if you want to just eat Raising Cane's is awesome. Never actually been, I don't think. I don't actually know what kind of food they have. I'm trying to think. Yeah, never been. That might have been one in Uzbekistan last week. I don't remember. But Sammy Marco saying I have so many food allergies, so food is very limited for me in general. Yeah, that's a good point. So if you're someone like Sammy Marco, you can't just go out and eat whenever you want. You got to be intentional. You got to eat trail mix. You got to pick at chicken. Eat like a true king. Joel Freak saying, or we can just get you an endless pasta pass at Olive Garden. I don't know, Olive Garden's all the way in like Times Square. That's really far. But, okay, chicken fingers. Only chicken fingers. So I'm not a big chicken finger. I like chicken fingers, but I'm not supposed to eat them. So it's like it's wasted on me. You know, if it's only chicken fingers, then I can only get a soda. So, come on. Yeah, Kat's saying I prefer eating better food when I travel instead. I'm saving money by not eating out recently. Yeah, exactly. I'll eat out when I'm on vacation. Because then I feel bad if I stay inside and not... Like, I feel bad if I eat at the hotel restaurant. I feel like you gotta go out and you gotta experience the culture if you can. So that's where all my food money goes. My food money goes to expensive, literal horse meat on vacation. Oh, yeah, there was a car. We can go back and look at the car. Sammy Marco saying Raising Cane's in Uzbekistan would be insane. I really think I saw it. I'll show you in a second. Maybe they have coverage inside that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is not Italy. This says Gorny. The font is kind of messing with me. Okay, James Finley saying that's Mongolian. Well, that's why the font's messing with me, because it's not the language I'm trying to read. So, this is, I mean, it doesn't look like Mongolia. Since this is southwest. Let's go look at that car, see what the plate was. But, yeah, no, W Dick. I'm not stopping by the one Raising Cane's. And exactly, Sammy Marco. Only have to go to Times Square once. Even with the unlimited pasta pass. Do not need to go back there. But I definitely can get behind W Dig saying Bulgaria. I think that makes the most sense to me here. So if we can see maybe EU plates on this car. Okay. Yeah, EU plate. This is most likely Bulgaria. But it doesn't have to be, unfortunately. This could still be North Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia. Yeah, it could be any of these. That's, all right. Yeah, Cat saying same you, and my food money goes there too. That's where most of my money goes, apparently. Looking at the bill today. Looking at the credit card bill today. It was fun. Yeah, then we have this car here also. European plate. Joel Freak asking, why are you avoiding chicken fingers? I'm not supposed to eat fried food. I did a bit too much of that on this trip, just out of desperation in a few situations, and then like 2 days ago my gallbladder started getting weird, and yesterday on the flight back I was asleep, and then it really started. Like I started feeling the stabbing on my gallbladder, and I was like, get me off this plane. So that's fun. I had Wendy's like twice in Uzbekistan because I'd eaten dinner and then I was still starving, and then attacked the gallbladder. So that's why I avoid chicken fingers. But it was nice that I haven't had Wendy's in like a year and a half. And prior to that, like 2 years. And what's it? Sammy Marcus saying, does Uzbek have McDonald's or Burger King? I'm pretty sure they have Burger King. They should have McDonald's. Cat's saying there were Wendy's in Uzbekistan. I ate Wendy's in Uzbekistan at 2 different Wendy's. That's how many Wendy's there are in Uzbekistan. Yeah. Joel Freak saying there's Wendy's pretty much everywhere. There's only one Wendy's in the UK. I really wanted to visit it when I was living there and never got the chance. It's in Reading. But here, look at this. Let's see if I'll show you the thing I was talking about earlier. Tashkent. Yep. So in this park, in the mall here. Sammy Marco saying, go help the fire department, Ewan. Oh no, they don't have a view inside. Yes, they do. Where's the food court? We're not getting it. Sammy Marco saying, how can you sleep with it that loud? Dude, I was saying this literally today. I don't know how the city is still standing because that sound every night at like 3 a.m. The whole city has to have been... the whole city has to have burned down by now. Cat saying, let me see how close that mall is to my hotel there. There's a good number of hotels like right here. Here, wait. Tashkent City Mall food court. I just want to show you how it was like being in a mall here. Just with the food options and the prevalence of English. But I guess we're not going to get it. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying these places are so much more modern than you'd expect. Looks kind of like Iceland. Well, it's part of the whole... I'll pull it back up again because I need to get the name to show you. It's part of Uzbekistan's whole... They're really targeting tourism now. They even held the UN World Tourism Summit last year. So this area here, so Tashkent City Park. I'll do it as a separate Tashkent City Park. Look at this. Yeah, here's kind of that's a good picture of it. Like, we're just walking around this area and it's like, this is Uzbekistan. Look at these buildings. They're got the water right here. Yeah, this is a good picture of it. Other than the Shutterstock thing, like you got this. Rode a paddle boat right here the other day, like on this water here with the castle right there. Yeah, exactly. It's a vanity project. It's like a smaller Dubai. Yeah, like this. It's an interesting spot. Let's see, Tashkent City Park. Skyline at night. Yeah, they have the Uzbek flag waving on the sides of the buildings. The water was too blue. W-dig. There was some parts of the water that weren't artificially colored and some that were. It was kind of like a weird mismatch. But yeah, it's a vanity project. It was weird. It was really weird. It was just so out of place. And the buildings nearby, they made these apartments to look almost kind of Parisian. So you're walking down this Parisian street in the middle of Uzbekistan, and there's that park right there. It was such a weird clash of styles. It just felt like it was cool, and part of me was like, I would like to live in this area, but it was also it felt so fake. It was so weird. But Cat's saying 27-minute walk, which is kind of far, but you'll see. I mean, you've also got like Ubers there are really cheap. It's the local Uber app, not Uber, but it's super cheap to get around. But yeah, Cat's saying it looks modern. Probably why when I check flights from Tashkent to Dubai, there are so many flights each day. Yeah, and they've really put a lot of effort into the city. really cool and almost modern, but then there's wasn't a lot to do there. It was kind of odd. It was a weird city. Yeah, and Cat saying still prefer to go to... Whoop. Yep, again, weird font. Yeah, Cat saying still prefer to go to Samarkand for something more cultural. Saw your pics there, Ewan, and they're amazing. Yeah, Samarkand was very much the best place in Uzbekistan. Samarkand was stunning. Just so much, like, they're two completely different places, Samarkand and Tashkent. And then Bukhara was Bukhara was like Disney. It was basically, they have these very old, like, Samarkand's a living city with old monuments in the middle of it. Bukhara was like if they took, I don't know, Farmtown, Ohio, and there happened to be Roman ruins in it, and then they were like, build a tourist center around the ruins, but make it the same style as the ruins so it looks like a cheap knockoff. That's Bukhara was weird. It's missable if you're planning Uzbekistan and are thinking maybe not enough time. Missable area. But yeah, Cats, where exactly are you going, by the way? Like, which cities? Still no clue as to whether or not this is Bulgaria, Serbia, Montenegro, or North Macedonia, which we love. Is this a sign? Yes. Nope, Cyrillic. I have no idea. Really just, this one's a nightmare. Oh, we're at 0. I totally forgot. You're so right, W-Dig. YOLO. Nope. Oh, well. All right, where are we now? I thank you for saying that, W-Dig. Is this... Okay, European plates. Wash closet. Yep, exactly. Oh, well, that's... We literally just saved ourselves time. Thank you so much, W-Dig, for pointing out that we were at 0. It's the free skip round. Cat saying Bukhara looks interesting based on your description, but I'll only visit Tashkent and Samarkand due to time. I might go back to Uzbekistan when I do that tour to Turkmenistan, which includes Bukhara. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect, honestly. If I could go back in time and tell myself to spend more time in Kazakhstan and cut Bukhara out, that's what I would do. Christopher likes saying this looks so US or Canada. I feel like it does, but then you look at the road and the cars and, like, it's very European here. Yeah, no, we don't use wash closet in the US, W-Dig. Yeah, exactly. Christopher likes saying, yeah, this is Europe, but looks like it could be the US or Canada. Like, this could be Montana, easily, if you don't look at the road. Yeah, Cat's agreeing this is Europe. Let's keep going. Like, they got the raft on top of their car. Seems like a fun time. Keep on moving. Okay, what's on this sign? Is this just blank? Okay, no. It's an inscription that we really cannot see. Not too helpful. Let's go in the tunnel. What are we getting here? L183. Oh, this is horrible. It's absolutely terrifying. Lutica. That sounds Slovakian. Right? Am I crazy there? Totally sounds Slovakian. Yeah, W. Dixon, Balkans again. I mean Slovenian. Yep. Cat saying Slovenia, I think. That is what I meant. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah, we're at 0. I forget. Yep, Christopher likes saying Slovenia as well. No, it was Montenegro again. Womp womp. This is Norway. Womp womp. This is Denmark. Look, Danish flag. I'm clicking Greenland, it's bigger. Yep, see, W. Diggins, Sammy Marcos saying Denmark. Saraway Printers, Co-op Stationery, and Bookshop. Is that a yellow plate? Great. What's going on over here? Psychisha something dealer. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying we should do something that's not country streaks. I agree. I was actually just feeling the same thing. So let's go until we get nuked here. Cat saying Africa. Christopher Lex saying welcome to Africa. James Finley saying South Africa. I'm hesitant to think it's South Africa because I don't think the plates match. But I could be wrong there. South Africa doesn't have yellow plates, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm kind of on board with you there, Cats. Kenya. Ooh, yes, I'm down to do Christopher Lex Capitals map. That could be fun. That would actually be a blast. W. Dig saying Uganda? I don't think it's Uganda. I don't know. No, I was thinking about the Capitals map for a second. I was like, this isn't Kampala. I think... I don't know what I think. I have no idea what I think about this. Cat's asking, by the way, what's your most favorite country you visited on your Central Asian trip and why? I think our consensus was Kazakhstan favorite, Uzbekistan least favorite. Joel Freak saying, can we do this one day? We have you GeoGuessr, then we fly you to the location where you were dumped, and then we take a picture of you at the same location. I'm down to do that. I did that one time in Salt Lake City. It is an old video on the channel, but I played GeoGuessr in Salt Lake City and then had to go to all the locations. And one of them was like inside a Little Caesars. I had to... So... That was pretty funny, actually. But yeah, no. I've wanted to do that. It's just so not cost efficient to do like a world one. Yeah, Joel Freak saying you put real videos on the channel. I wasn't aware. Sammy Marco saying blindfold you and then take him somewhere. We film him, guess the location. Yeah, I love those ones too. Done like 2 of those. Though I wasn't blindfolded, I was just dropped somewhere and I had to find my way back. But going back to Kat's question, Kazakhstan just felt very... I don't know, the mountains were really impressive. Almaty was very modern. And I know that's not necessarily what you're looking for in a cultural trip. It was very friendly and just a fun place. And I think Uzbekistan was at the bottom simply due to we really did not like Bukhara, and Tashkent just, I mean, you all saw it there. It's just this kind of weird alternate reality of the kind of fake city. Tashkent was weird. Bukhara was weird for a totally different reason. Samarkand was nice. I really, really, really liked Samarkand, but it wasn't enough to do the damage that Tashkent and Bukhara had done to my perception of the country. Okay, cool. I look back over at the chat and I just see Kidnap Ewan. Love that. Joel Freak saying, Kidnap Ewan, we may be able to get some very odd sponsorships. We get a VPN sponsor, an eSIM sponsor. Yeah, that's oh, okay, cool. What a sign. Okay. Christopher likes saying, I think this could be Eswatini. I can see what you're saying with that entirely. Kat saying I'm also going to Tajikistan, so I'll let you know my impression about that. Yeah, definitely interested in that. We were, I mean, close to Turkmenistan and Bukhara. Where's Bukhara? It's somewhere. Bukhara, yeah, I guess close-ish to Turkmenistan. And you could definitely, it seemed interesting because we could also feel the cultural switch. Like as you sort of leave the Russian sphere. Uzbekistan obviously still is in the Russian sphere, but kind of as you get further south, you become a lot more clearly in the Middle East. But yeah. And then what's it, Sammy Marco saying the Tashkent and Bukhara just feel fake, or what didn't you like about them? They felt fake. That was the here. Let's see if we get any coverage in Bukhara, like just so it's this whole downtown bit that's just kind of been made. Okay, cool. Yep, they have it. So it's kind of like the fake design that's meant to match the nice old buildings. Also, this is outdated. Where? So like here? Yeah, see, it's the, whoa, look at the old architecture, but actually this hotel was built in 1990. It's just weird. Also, we're at 1. Do we want to make a guess and then move on to Christopher Likes Map? I could be down for that. Yeah, Kat saying yes, YOLO. Joel Freak saying maybe we can even get a luggage sponsor. The brand we stuff Ewan into. Yeah, Kidnap Ewan. Alright, let's do Eswatini. Nope, Botswana. Okay, well, let's do Christopher Likes Map. Let me find it in the Discord. If somebody finds it first. Which channel was it sent in? Was it in general? And found it. Awesome. Oh yeah, we almost got perfect. Alright, let's do this. But I do have, okay, well, this is Port-au-Prince. Okay, where in Haiti is this? It's at the Royal something. That's the DR. Let's just do random Port-au-Prince. Would not have thought to go out there. But yeah, Joel Freak saying, okay, dinner time, wave. Ewan, let's do a meetup at a Mets game. I'm not a big Mets fan. Not a big Mets fan. Of Mets and Yankees, Mets definitely. I don't know about the Mets. Yeah, as I know you're deeply a baseball fan. Zoe saying, OMG, you're back. I missed the stream so much last week. I missed doing the stream too. This was, I was excited getting this set up. Good to be back at it. But it was cool also sharing everything with everybody in the Discord. Oh, Cat saying Ankara. It's just not what I expected it to look like. I thought it was Hillier. I feel like this one could be a red herring. W Dig saying, yeah, sorry, Mets are not it. Nah. I feel like this one's a red herring. Okay, fair, this might be on top of a hill. I'm happy to go with Ankara if we think that. But yeah, Sammy Marcos saying Rays fan at heart, right? Exactly. It's I don't care like massively. I follow when/if they make the playoffs because I don't care. I kind of care. Sammy Marcos saying looks like a Turkish ambulance. Let's do it. People are saying it's Ankara. But Zoe's saying, wait, why stream on a Wednesday? You confused me so hard. We're doing the stream on a Wednesday. I guess it could be this hospital? Yeah, that's. Remember when I was like, this could be a red herring? It was a red herring. I just know Christopher was sitting there chuckling as we went for turkey on that. Okay. Bangkok, I assume. But yeah, Zoe asking why I stream on a Wednesday because I didn't want to, because we didn't have a stream this Sunday or the Sunday prior, and I don't want to go, such a long time without a stream, so got back to the States around midnight last night and figured, let's throw it on a Wednesday. We still got Sunday's stream this weekend, but I wanted to get back on here sooner rather than later. So Bangkok Noi District area, that's something. Yeah, Christopher likes saying lol. Just sitting there laughing. Joel Freak saying Easter stream. Whoops. How do we feel about an Easter stream? If people want to push that to Monday, totally fine. Did not realize it was a holiday. Whoops. Yep, Joel Freak saying fine with me. I'm an atheist. Yeah, W Dick's asking, did you work today too? Yes. Cat saying you just arrived last night. I'm amazed you're streaming with jet lag. No, I don't know if anyone else does this when they kind of plan things where they're like, yeah, I'll be fine. I can power through it. It got to 5. It was just at 4:45 today when it just smacked me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. How am I going to do the stream tonight? But I'm fine for the most part. I'm pretty tired. I'm not as bad as I was 2 hours ago. But definitely going to sleep after the stream, immediately after at just... Let's go here. Darn. Little off. But, yeah, no, in hindsight, I should have not... Oh, we did this one. This is... Was this Zagreb? Or was this Belgrade? Yeah, okay. It was Zagreb. There's the bridge. And no one comment on those are the two I happened to mix up. NTU Sports Center, Taiwanese flag. This is definitely Taipei, right? Yeah, Joel Freak saying, okay, seriously, talking Discord dinner time. Yep, Cat saying Taipei. Yep, W Dick saying Taipei. So we can probably get, if we can find this arena. Oh, yeah, see, there we go. I expected to be doing that the entire stream. But, yeah, around like 2 hours ago, I was like, why did I do this to myself? Why didn't I just give myself an extra day? I was gonna do something tonight too. Like, a friend reached out to make plans. And I was like, oh man, I would totally hang out on Wednesday, but I have a thing for my YouTube channel, sorry. I could not have hung out with somebody tonight. That would have been a miserable experience. Alright, let's just send it there. Oh, there it is, NTU Sports Center. Alright, so we did worse than we did before, and the yacht's coming back. There we go. Sammy Marco saying based Taiwan as a country believer. Yeah, I guess this map is basically like countries Christopher like recognizes. Controversial decision. Seaview drives. This will be left-hand drive. Yep. Yeah, WDig saying it's only 6:33 Tashkent time right now, AM. Yes, but no. I'm not on. I didn't even like adapt to the time over there. It was like nights of 3 hours of sleep, and there were like 6-7 p.m. nights. There were like 4 a.m. mornings. Yeah, just there we go. That's just Barbados right there, doesn't it? Yeah, Christopher like saying I recognize Taiwan, so no, based. We recognize Taiwan on this stream. We're doing Barbados. Someone said jet lag, and now we're doing this. Now I'm just yawning. And I'm making Sammy Marco yawn, apparently. Oh. You think that says Bahamas? That's interesting. I see what you're saying. That's the thing. Okay, the bus stop earlier said Bahamas. Okay. Let's do Bahamas. Nassau. Where do we want to go? Go here. There we go. Okay, so it was Bahamas, at least. But Manuette saying, sorry, I was MIA. This is the time of the day I have to make dinner for house. Not all good. We're just chugging along. Doing some Christopher likes Capitals map. Point Cross Center. So we have the yellow plates, which makes me think Sammy Marco asking you were just up all night? That's... Oh. So... okay, yeah, Solomon Islands. Thank you all. I kind of just kept it there because I recognized the flag, but I wasn't sure what it was, so I just kind of stalled for a second until someone said something. All right, so next question: where are the Solomon Islands? Oh no! Wait. It's gonna look really bad if I'm just in the wrong neighborhood entirely. East of Papua New Guinea. Sick. Thank you. Honiara. So, where might we be? We're at a roundabout. Could we get a full... That is a roundabout, but it looks like too wide of a roundabout. Could this be it right here? Could it be it? No, it's not. But it's close. Christopher like. What is this? How are we supposed to get... It might as well just be a black screen. This is... We have that. Like, what is that? Cat's saying right now I'm actually doing a language in Duolingo for a country I want to travel. What language is that, Cats? Yeah, Sammy Marco asked Christopher like to give us a hint. Christopher like saying didn't have many options there. Interesting. Let's look for a language. Ooh, Sammy Marco saying let's do 20 questions with Christopher like. All right. I'm here for it. Cat saying, okay, French, but I will not reveal the country until later. Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Sammy Marco. Quebec. Minuet saying Morocco. It looks kind of tropical, though. I don't think it's Rabat. I think we're in the Caribbean. Wait a minute. Is it cheating if I go onto Google Maps to see how much coverage, if any, to see what the coverage looks like in Cuba? Cat's saying Sierra Leone or somewhere there. WDX saying OMG, I'm yawning too. This is good. It shows that you're all empaths. If you're watching me yawn and you are yawning, that is a good thing. It means you are not sociopaths. Congratulations if you've been yawning. If you haven't been yawning, I got bad news. Yeah, Minuet saying Bamboo's throwing it off. Minuet saying that's an idea, Cuba. I think the bamboo's fake. Could be, I don't know. Christopher like saying can't remember, but it's tropical, no coverage. WDX saying Mauritius, interesting. Like that. Sammy Marco saying not Pyongyang. I would say so. I think we've had Port Louis before, though, and there was coverage. Madagascar is a good one, Sammy Marco. I think there's more coverage there, though. Christopher Lake would have more options if that's where it was. Where could this be? Okay, Christopher Lake's saying the bamboo is a hint, though. Interesting. W. Dick saying Bangui. Thought. What if... Yeah, Cat saying Myanmar. What about Brunei? Myanmar's capital isn't this built out because they moved it to Naypyidaw, which is a planned city. If it was still in Yang, I've heard it called both. You know, I'm just not going to say the name of it. If it was still here, I would probably agree. Okay. Semi Marco saying Brunei has unofficial street coverage. Great. Alright. Where else then? Papua New Guinea, maybe. Not Indonesia, not Malaysia. It's not Bhutan or Nepal. Because it'd be too high. Could be... I don't know, maybe Tonga? You know, maybe it's a specific island. A Pacific island. Oh, boy. This is rough. Coffee maker. Less stuff going on out there. Really not sure. Alright. Here's what we do. Start a poll. Caribbean? Indian Ocean? Oops, that's the wrong button. Africa? Pacific Ocean. Start poll. Semi Marco asking Port Moresby. I think Port Moresby has some coverage. I don't know. We have a three-way tie right now in the poll. There we go. Africa pulling out ahead. Oof. I mean, where even... I could kind of see Bangui. I don't know if there are any buildings in Bangui this tall, though. Africa seems to be in the lead. Maybe Malabo? WD saying maybe also Naomi or N'Djamena. But then where's the bamboo coming from? That's... How are we doing the bamboo? Y'all, this is quite the round. Ooh. Is there a telecom tower out there? I really have no idea. Africa seems to have won the poll. Now what? Now we click on the middle of Africa and we send it. Menuet saying someone said French. How about Vietnam? I think that was just cats, because that confused me too. I think that's just cats mentioning the language that they're learning to go to a French-speaking country. Oh, look at that. Clicking on the middle gave us Central African Republic, which is Bangui. Bangui? I never know how to say it. Alright, we're just doing it. I like Bangui. How much do we not like that idea? Because it feels better than nothing. Maybe we're at the Ledger Plaza in Bangui. And so looking out this way, we get a city. And this way we get kind of nothing, which would stack up. Menuet saying it's on the same planet. Simi Marco saying I only see one in Bangui and it's not this one. The hotel, you mean? This has to be wrong. It absolutely cannot be correct. Let's just do it. Brazzaville? Interesting. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, we were one country away. I think that's pretty solid, given what we had. To even be in the same universe is impressive. So I think that's like a half win. Then what do we have here? Zelezniko, Polta, that, yeah. So is this... Ooh. Hold up. It feels like it's Polish, but it's not. Is that Pol? Cat saying Prague. Christopher likes saying impressive. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like we need a map of like the absolute worst spots. Like the worst coverage. Pozor. I think Pozor is Czech. Yeah, WD saying Czech or Slovak. Yeah. I think this looks more like Bratislava than it does Prague. Yeah, WD saying Pozor is danger / warning. Fun. What do you mean Brazzaville was odd to figure out, Christopher like? Yeah, here, I'm just gonna do Bratislava here. Near train tracks, we're probably there. Ljubljana. That's interesting. And then this what is happening here? Why is this English? Oh, Cat saying Manila, I think. That makes sense. Yeah, this is Manila. That's the Philippine flag. Okay, so I want to try something now. Yep. Oh, cool. 5,000. Love it. So here's a thought. What's like worst coverage? View results. We have worst map. Which has 1 million locations. 12 people have played it. Out of curiosity. No, that's too normal. How about impossible? This one has 29 likes. Let's look at this. This is very much possible. What's next? Yeah, this is possible. How about this one? Also possible. Cat saying no official coverage maps? What do you mean? What's another way we could frame this? Trekker bad. How do we frame this? Unofficial. Unofficial. Impossible. Unofficial. Hard. Awesome. An extreme unofficial world. Let's look at that. All right. How do we feel about this? Yeah, exactly, cats. This is more like it. Debbie Dixon, okay. All right. Okay, we've got water here and then another island out there. It's tropical looking. I've got a weird guess, but I don't like it. Is this ever Colombia? And it's kind of, no, it doesn't make sense. There's nowhere that this could be in Colombia. Where is this? Philippines? Maybe? Anyone have any thoughts here? Cat's in. There are no trees. There are a few trees. We got trees out here. We got this tree right here. Trees up here. Trees there. Where's the sun? Sun is covered by the clouds. Indonesia, maybe? Yeah, Christopher likes saying I'm thinking South Pacific. Ugh. It's a hard one. W. Dixon, I'm thinking Australasia. I don't think it's New Zealand. Could be Fiji. And we're looking out at that other island. I have no idea. What's going on this island? Christopher likes saying Fiji seems right. I'm happy to do Fiji. How do others feel about that? Cat saying, yeah, let's do Fiji. Alright. Let's send it. Sick. Haiti is about the 100th place, I'd guess. That is... wow. Would not expect that. Another interesting one. Church. Churches are lots of places, though. Huh. Yeah, Cat's saying this seems like a fun map. I'm glad we haven't gotten this in streaks. Ooh, okay. I like this. Cat's saying Armenia. WDig's saying, wait, this is really giving Caucasus vibes. I totally right. This could be Armenia. Alright. Let's do it. Let's do an Armenia here. Any preference on where we go? Maybe, I don't know, there? Oh boy. This is an interesting one. Alright, let's do it. That is insane. That is wild. Wow. Talk about going off vibes. That is crazy. All right. Shout out to Cats and WDig. That was wild. Okay, now we are, excuse me, mosque, buildings, rocks. Not sure where we are. But yeah, WDig saying so on my bucket list. Cat saying schedules align, I might go to Armenia next year. Total bucket list spot. I'd love to do Armenia and Georgia. That'd be awesome if you could make that work. But WDig saying that Esk knowledge hits different. Don't know what that means. Christopher likes saying Kabul. I don't think... oh, Eurovision Song Contest. Gotcha. I don't know about that. Katz is agreeing. I thought Kabul was bigger. Like a lot bigger. Alright, now yawn. Cat saying somewhere in Afghanistan then. Yeah, Kabul's bigger. Alright, so we want to say random Afghanistan then? Where's some mountains? How about just give me a town that shows buildings. Okay. We'll go right there. How about that? Awesome. Bang on. Failed to load. This feels like Cambodia. Yeah, Cat's saying oops, Algeria. They both start with an A. I fully feel Cambodia here. Yeah, Cat saying Guatemala, Honduras, W Dick saying somewhere in Southeast Asia. I could see it going either way. Christopher likes saying Peru. Interesting. So let's say LATAM or Southeast Asia. Start poll. And then we'll get more granular from there. I know LATAM is very broad, but it's just me lumping Guatemala, Honduras, and Peru together. All right. Tied. 50-50. LATAM pulling out ahead. All right. Where's the sun? Sun to the south. Cat's asking to zoom in on the green sign. I don't see a green sign. Oh, I see it. That's the Latin script. Yep, so I would agree with LATAM. I'll end the poll. And the sun's to the south, which means it's not Peru. Not 100% sure if the sun is for sure to the south, but it seems like it is. So I think we do Guatemala or Honduras. Let's put it in the middle. How about that? How do we feel about that? I think we send. Look at that. Oh, did I accidentally? Okay, no, it's in Belize. I thought I accidentally put it in Belize. It's like, wow, big brain move. Sick. Yeah, as Christopher like is saying, this is interesting. Because I feel like initially you think this is like a Texas star. But I've accidentally looked at the name of the copyright, and it's a very Russian name. So this is the south of Russia, if not Kazakhstan. And I would be more inclined to think Kazakhstan. Flat, dry, red star. Rock and Road Cycle saying Kazakhstan. What are others thinking? Are we good with that? Yeah, Cat saying Kazakhstan as well. Let's throw it there. It is Tajikistan. Whoops. Cat saying around the same area. It's about as far as London and Budapest are from each other, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, as Simi Marco was saying, it is 10 p.m. and well, I'm quite tired. Long couple days. So with that, that is the stream for tonight. I will see you all on Sunday at our normal time, on our normal day. And with that, hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you again in a few days.